Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I am reading 5-star reviews of my worst of 2021. Y'all already know what I'm really here for, so we're starting off with Echo Wife. This review is a little long, but I'm gonna try to read 2 for each book maybe. And I'm gonna say now spoilers for these books because I don't think that I'm gonna be able to do this without talking about spoilers. So we'll see how it goes. Starting off with the Echo Wife, if you're not aware, not only was this on my worst of 2021 because I gave it 1.25 stars, but I have a drunk book review of it, so I will have that linked in the cards and the description below. It's early in the morning, otherwise I would be doing this with alcohol. This is just a little latte, so. This one says Westworld meets Stepford Wives and Orphan Black. I don't think I've ever watched any of those, so I don't want to hear it. No, I'm not gonna watch them. I see 5 sizzling, well-deserved, shiny stars dancing above my head. This is more entertaining, mind-bending, gray cell-frying, soul-shaking, heart-throbbing adventure than I expected. Strongly disagree. This is absolutely, deliciously my kind of extremely crazy story. Imagine your husband replaces you with another version of you. What would you do? Scream, cry, call a contract killer, suffer from depression, commit to killing the other version of you, or accept the defeat and work on clone replicas of Tom Hardy in your lab? All right, we're gonna breeze past that one. Okay, let me rephrase. Our brilliant scientist, Evelyn's husband, Nathan, is not happy that she's a workaholic, heartless, cutthroat bitch who prefers to live in her lab and work 24/7 for scientific experiments. First of all, Evelyn is not heartless. She's a badass. Yeah, she is a workaholic, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. She's very passionate about what she does, and she really likes what she does. Nathan didn't like that because she wasn't willing to stop her career to give him a child, knowing that she didn't want children in the first place. Oh shit, I spilled my latte. And of course she doesn't want to have a baby. Yeah, that's the whole point. It's unnecessary responsibility, right? She's working way too much on important things. She's the brilliant Evelyn Caldwell, a rising star of scientific innovations with a bright future ahead of her. Not having a baby isn't a bad thing. Let's just get that out of the way. Oh, but her dearest husband cheats on her with a woman looking exactly like her. Actually, he's dating a cloned replica of her, and now he wants a divorce. And this is not the only mouth-dropping part of her unbelievably unique story. The clone replica is pregnant. What the fuck? Did I read that right? How could that be scientifically possible? But Evelyn's dear clone Martine is expecting, and she meets her... What? Oh, yeah, that doesn't matter. If the story is not crazy enough for you, just wait for Martine's urgent phone call. She's panicked, barely breathing, and she seems to be losing it. As Evelyn goes to the house Martine shares with her ex-husband, she finds her ex laying on the floor in a bloodbath. Martine says it was self-defense, and Evelyn replies, "Let's bury him." Overall, it was one of the best, amazing, shocking, dazzling, phenomenal sci-fi reads of this year. I highly recommend it to genre lovers. I couldn't put it down. It's smart, it's dark humor, captivates you, and you don't want to let it go. Can we, like, Jesus Christ, can we stop framing people who don't want children and who don't let their significant others force them to have children that they don't want as fucking villains? Seriously. Never once in that review did she say that Nathan was wrong for cheating, for stealing her research, for making a clone of her, for making a version of her that he saw as more fit because Evelyn wasn't docile and didn't just do whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. When you stumble across the review of one of your mutuals, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. A lot of people had arcs of this. It's funny. I kind of want to like do a giving authors a second chance sort of thing, and I requested an arc of a Sarah Gailey book and they were like, no. This one says, not so often you read something which keeps you up at night, and because you are unable to go to sleep, you start reading again. Before you know it, you finish the book at 1 a.m. This is definitely one of those. I have expected the ending ever since all of the characters were introduced, but I still enjoyed the journey. This is an extremely well-written book. The complexity and maturity of the characters, even science jargon, all of it. strongly disagree. And actually, yeah, no. Nathan isn't mature at all. Neither are Nathan's replicas. I don't think you need more than a blurb to get you into the story. Just trust me and dive into this one. P.S. I read books, and when I say I read them completely. Imagine my surprise when I got teary-eyed. I disagree on so many levels, and it's funny to me that people are framing Evelyn as this heartless bitch when Nathan's an abuser. That is wild to me. Fucking wild. I didn't like Evelyn either though, because she spends the entirety of this book throwing herself a little pity party. She's literally complaining about everything. She wins this awesome award, something that she's always wanted, and she isn't even celebrating the moment because she's too caught up on her ex-husband who already proved that he ain't shit and never gave a fuck about her. I don't get it. Okay, this didn't help me at all. I still don't see what y'all see in this book. I don't understand. Next, let's do, did I read in 5 years last year? I think so. Yeah, God, I hate that fucking book. Okay, we're gonna look at reviews for in 5 years. Hold up, no. Someone put this on a Galentine's Day book rec video. Danny is the shittiest friend to ever fucking exist. What? Oh, fuck. In 5 Years is a great story about Danny, a type A woman, her love life and friendship. She's a hardworking lawyer who crushes an interview for her dream job and gets engaged to her boyfriend, David. After falling asleep that night, Danny wakes up 5 years later in an unfamiliar setting with unexpected company, and then wakes up again back in her current life, but has a hard time shaking the mystery premonition. 4 years later, Danny is startled to meet this person in real life and does everything she can to keep her carefully planned life intact. Does she? Of course, fate has other plans. That's highly debatable. While there is a romantic storyline throughout In 5 Years, to me, the real theme is the power of true friendship. The relationship Danny and her best friend Bella had felt authentic. Their care for one another was evident. I liked them both and appreciated that they each had flaws. Elements of this story were predictable, but one in particular was unexpected, shifting the whole focus of the plot. There are also good reminders about knowing your worth and refusing to settle. I don't dish out 5-star ratings often, but the emotions the story evoked were that good. Oh my God. First and foremost, Danny wasn't settling for David. There was nothing wrong with David. David was perfectly fine. She just took this dream and ran with it and literally led that man on for years after they got engaged. Danny was in the wrong for that because that's fucked up. On top of that, Danny was a shitty friend. She literally told Bella, you don't know what you want. Like, you don't know what's best for you. I do. Like, there's literally a quote in that book. I'm pretty sure I have this in my review. I do have a junk book review of this as well. There's something that she says to Bella while she's in the hospital that was so belittling and disrespectful. Danny is the shittiest fucking friend that I have possibly ever read. Nothing about this woman is good. Nothing about this woman made me like her or the story. I didn't care about her at all. In 5 Years is a stunningly beautiful, brilliant, and insightful love story that gave me so much to think about. The story starts with a hook that has me asking myself a few questions and anticipating the answers. I do have to admit, I was a bit worried about the direction this one might go. I am a romance eye roller, but you liked this? And went into this one expecting to exercise my eyelids with some eye rolling. Lindsay, my eye rolling partner, read this faster than I did and loved it, so I figured there had to be an emotional pull to it, and she warned me to have some tissues handy. Well, I was so happy with a major turning point in the story that packs in some emotional depth I wasn't expecting. Okay, I don't think that's how I would describe someone being diagnosed with cancer, but okay. I love the contrast between longtime friends Danny and Bella, and it added so much depth to the story, giving me so much to think about. I was expecting not to like one, but they are both likable, interesting, well-developed, and insightful characters. Ma'am. This is such a well done story that challenges us to look at how unpredictable life is, how hard it is to control, and sometimes the choices we make are not ours to make. No, ma'am. Annie is a terrible person. Terrible. Who the fuck starts being a bitch to their best friend after they get a cancer diagnosis? Who the fuck kisses their dying best friend's fiance? And then who sleeps with their dead best friend's ex-fiance? That's fucking weird. And then we went through all of that, and she's not even like definitely gonna end up with Aaron because she's also thinking about dating Bella's doctor. Y'all got it. For the last one, I'm gonna hate this, but I think I want to do King of Scars. Putting this on my worst of 2021 was like tough because I wanted to love it so much, but Miss Bardugo lied to us. In fact, Lee Bardugo was on my worst of 2021 3 times for 3 separate series. And I'm at a point now where if she writes anything else, I won't be reading it. Oh no, I'm not doing all that. That review is way too long. Tea got spilled, facts got spoken, we're all shook now. I disagree, Nick. This one says, the gates of hell are open and the devil himself is here to play. I'm crying, not from sadness, from joy perhaps, over the fact that Lee has turned my beating heart a dark, dark gray with a desire for something so villainous and terrible. Yes, that must be it. What? I didn't think Lee could do it again. I wasn't sure she could pull it off. She kept teasing us and teasing us. Well, that just happened, folks. Lee just rocked the Grishaverse, absolutely turned it on its axis, and a storm is brewing. Ew, is that what they're calling them? Nickeloya? I don't like it. And my ship, we need to talk about Nickeloya right now. No, please. Please. I have been pining over this possibility for months now. Again, Lee is an absolute tease with all the Queen references. I'm pretty certain Nikolai is absolutely terrified Zoya would devour him and he will be happy to let it happen. And Zoya is terrified of the things Nikolai makes her feel, but parts of her want to feel again. I need these two like a drowning man needs air. And Nina, my girl, my ultimate bestie, what has she gotten herself into? Here's the part with the well mother at the munition factory. Yes, girl, get it. The damn part, ingenious. But that ending, Nina is an apt pupil and she took notes when she watched Kaz at work. Although something is absolutely at work between her and Hana, and Lee is owning up to her promises. The only thing that would make Nina's storyline better is if she calls upon some crows to bring all her scheming to fruition. Also, Isaac. Oh, Isaac. His story was not one that I expected, but it was such a breath of fresh air. I will say this book moves slowly. It was this tremendous long build up to an eruption at the end. I love the clumsiness and lightheartedness of Isaac's chapters until I didn't. You're turning us into monsters while plucking all the soft parts of our hearts. What a tragedy. Finally, I'm just reeling over what this means for the Grishaverse going forward. At the back of my mind, I had thought this was a possibility, but I never dreamed Lee would actually do it. Well, if that wasn't a literary mic drop, call upon Sancta Alina to enlighten me. Okay. Here's the second review. Have I expected this? Kinda. Am I still shook up to my core? Yes. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. 2021. Not gonna lie, I would die for Zoya and Nikolai and Nina and Hana. That ending though, Darkling, surprise bitch, I bet you thought you seen the last of me. Not to mention that I'm very happy that Lee didn't butcher more Russian names. Like, yeah, I had to live through the old stuff. I'm fine with that, but at least new ones are all on point. The best Grisha trilogy character gets his own book. My favorite baby gets his own book, a duology. Sign me the fuck up. My body is ready. Take all my money. Someone else said that was satisfying. Was it? Where? I have a lot of thoughts about King of Scars. Okay, first and foremost, this was originally marketed as the Nikolai duology. We did not get nearly enough of Nikolai, which is why it was eventually changed to the King of Scars duology. We saw you, Lee, and we don't forgive you. Second of all, surprisingly, I like Zoya. Zoya did grow on me. Cool, whatever. I fucking hated Nina's storyline in this book, which really fucking sucked for me because I love Nina. Nina spends like the majority of this book having imaginary conversations with fucking Matthias. First of all, I hated Matthias. Second of all, I hate that trope. Is that a trope? I don't know. But when characters have conversations, like made up conversations with people who aren't there, I fucking hate that. And then I don't mind Nina and Hana, I really don't. However, what pissed me off about that is that she spends so much time with Nina just constantly thinking about Matthias and, oh, he is the love of my life. I will never go on. What am I supposed to do now? She didn't even want to bury his body because she didn't want to let him go. And it's, oh, woe was me. Oh, the love of my life. Oh, I'm so heartbroken. Ooh, a pretty girl. I thought weren't we heartbroken? No, we're just like that. Because if Nina and Hana were gonna happen, what the fuck was the point of all of that talk about Matthias? For what? The getting fucking kidnapped by saints shit? For what, Lee? And nobody gave a fuck about a redemption arc for the Darkling. No, absolutely not. This one just made me mad for real. And what are y'all crying over? And so I do have like a review of season 1 of Shadow and Bone, the Netflix adaptation. And what really pisses me off about that is in the show they made Alina biracial solely for the fact that she faces unnecessary racism that's never addressed. Apparently Mal is also biracial, but only Alina faces racism. But we also know by this point that Zoya is biracial. And in the book, with her, it's not a problem at all. But you decide to add unnecessary racism to the show and not address it when you already have a biracial character in the book and her race isn't supposed to be a problem. But also in the show, you made that character racist towards the other biracial girl. What? Okay. I need white women to stay in their lane. Okay? Because, what was the point? I'm still waiting on that to be addressed in the show. Knowing that we have this whole other identity thing coming up with Zoya, like it made no fucking sense. This also was not fun. I do like doing these though. I think that it's just interesting to see other people's opinions. And if you love King of Scars or any of these books, cool, good for you. That doesn't change my opinion. My feelings don't change your opinion. It is what it is. That's totally fine. That is the beauty of the book community. You can like whatever you like, and I mean, as long as you're not hurting other people, you can like whatever you like. King of Scars, really though? I feel like the hype and excitement of King of Scars affects a lot of people's judgment, because even I didn't want to give King of Scars the rating that it deserved, which was a 2. But adulting is sometimes making hard decisions, so I did it. But anyway, let me know if you've read any of these books. Hopefully they're not on your TBR, or if they are, let me know if you still want to do that. If you have any videos like this, I'd love to check them out. Let me know. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.